went off the rails, man, as far as like the comics origin. But I was a little worried that I was worried that he would just kind of come in and just hijack it for his own well-being, and to kind of push him, push his star a little bit higher. But I kind of walked away from it feeling like he was a true fan. You know what I'm saying? And he's giving
Facts.
DC fans what they've been asking for, was what they've been begging for. And these, producers and the hand behind the hands at Warner Brothers is choosing to basically spit in the face of their fan base. So I don't know. I walked away from it feeling kind of hopeful for the DCU.
Oh, man, I felt ecstatic, man, because like it was wholesome violence. You know what I mean? Like it wasn't too gory. It,
Mhm.
it it felt like an action movie. You know what I'm saying? It felt action packed. You know what I mean? Literally, like within 10 minutes, it was go time. The only the only franchise that is competing with that this year so far, because we didn't see Black Panther yet, is Spider Man. And like we all hold Spider Man in such a high regard compared to all the other movies. Like this was fantastic, man. Like nonstop action. Um, yo, it was beautiful. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
The CGIs. You know what I'm saying? Like it was some moments I was actually breathless. Like yo, man. Like it was moments where like he was electrocuting niggas to the bone, and you saw the gristle just melt away, man. Just fried them to crisp. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, it's funny because I watched one of my favorite reaction channels, and I think I think people are just so used to like destroying and pulling DC movies apart. And for me, I'm not really like you. You could like literally sit there and tell me a whole movie, and it won't phase me and won't make me not want to see the film. So I watched this before I went to see the actual film, and this person was just kind of going on about how the CGI wasn't that good as far as like before he got powered up. It was a lot of tropes from a lot of other movies, and I felt like you said, Fresh. I felt like the CGI was tier one, and I didn't really get a lot of like tropes from other movies. I'm able to kind of sit there and let this be its own thing. You know what I'm saying? Without going into it with judgment. I just go in. My kids had a wonderful time. They were still talking about it today. And they don't really do that with Marvel movies. The last Marvel thing they saw with me was Werewolf by Night, and they was looking at me like I had to make them stay up to watch that shit.
Yeah, I think that reviewer must have had preconceived notions
Hmm.
because DC does like before this year, like you expected a DC movie to be bad. You expected some stuff to be a little mid, you know what I'm saying, and glimpses of greatness.
Hmm.
But like I literally from the minute Peacemaker dropped, then you went to the Batman, and then you went to this. It went to three different phases of what action should be in an animated, or I mean, a comic type universe. You know what I mean? Like came from three different directions, and all of them were amazing. So Marvel haven't done that shit since Spider Man, and they released what like five, six properties since.
I don't know. I think that Doctor Strange was straight though.
I
It was
think for
straight.
me, uh, sorry to cut you off, Fresh. I think for me, I thought this would end up being a rock movie, you know, but it didn't, not fully at least. So
I'm about to say.
my expectations were kind of met from that regard. You know what I mean? I thought it was pretty entertaining. I enjoyed the look at the life of Conduct and Black Adam and all these things. I thought it was a very entertaining movie. I agree with you guys. The CGI, I think, to me, I love the Superman movie, the original, not the original, but the last project, the Henry Cavill Superman project.
Uh,
From the
Man of
Man of
moment,
Steel.
Steel.
yeah, from the moment, the Kryptonian woman. Anyway, the fight scenes with her and them were incredible. So, and for the most part, he kind of did, but it was so interwoven. I felt like this was his Ryan Reynolds. This was his. I'm sorry. This was his Deadpool. Yeah, this was his. One of these character arcs that fit the mold of the actor so well. So I think he pulled it off very well, personally.
Yeah, the action was solid, man. I enjoyed it through and through, man. When he, we did see a lot of the movie in the trailers, but when my man just walked up on him and, he killed him like Fresh said, and then they started shooting him and he grabbed that bullet out the air and told them their magic was weak, bro. Man, he was straight up, just a straight up monster, man. Unapologetic.
See,
that was dope.
I was gonna say, I think in that moment, I think I felt I got the Terminator trope right there. But again, I mean, this guy's a god. Of course, he's gonna come out stunting. His language is gonna be weird. He is not gonna know sayings. I think it was a minor annoyance of mine that he just somehow knew English. But that's how it is for the movies.
But he's got a combination of a lot of different God's abilities too. So that's what makes him so special. So it wouldn't be anything for him to learn English.
Fair. But I guess the trope that person you were speaking on saying is that, he's coming out, he doesn't know what's going on. You know what I mean? He's playing that weird robotic type of role, and he's got this. And there's another one of my things, the annoying kid trope. This movie did and does have that trope. So if you can't stand it, you'll get it, and you're gonna like it. Also,
that boy. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that boy was a little disconcerting, man. He kind of took me out. His acting wasn't as sharp as the other people's, but I'll allow it.
He was kind of comic accurate with like personality type, because he is a comic character. They didn't make him for the movie. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, but everything he did was on that skateboard. Like, even when you running for your life, you riding around on this skateboard in this building, and you got men with guns looking for you. Like, I think you would just let the skateboard go. You know what I'm saying? So there was certain tropes and things in it, as far as his character, that, was kind of took me out the movie at points, but, I'll allow it.
I mean, yeah, I'll allow it. I'm not going to riff too hard about it, but it is just one of those minor things I always hate about movies like this. It's like, I don't need the random kid sidekick that's supposed to be your moral compass and make you come back and talk to the world. I didn't appreciate how they came through and tried to liberate a town that needed liberation 30 years ago. Now you clowns want to show up when this murderous prospect shows up, and here we go. And here comes Hawkman, who honestly, I appreciated his technology. And I appreciate how in these DC projects, they're kind of not even giving you no explanation that their technology is just super advanced. You're just supposed to, hey, we don't know why Hawkman's plane is liquid metal, but it is. So you're going to like it. And I like that, but it was also that, hey, who the hell are these guys kind of showing up? So I did appreciate their presence, though, with Captain Atom and the Tornado Girl.
We'll talk about them later in another movie. They said they was going to delve deeper into their backstories. They just wanted to pull them out. This is a pure action movie. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's supposed to be like John Wick or something. Just pull characters out and you learn as you go on who the fuck they are. You know what I'm saying?
That's the beauty of a DC project, because they have so many characters you can just randomly throw in there. Like, who the hell is this guy? And he's written well enough where he can actually make it work, or his powers are plausible enough to make it work. Although Tornado Girl, I don't even know if she was real. She was kind of
Cyclone. Yeah.
Cyclone's real. She's a daughter of Red Tornado.
I thought Red Tornado was a robot.
This is, I mean, if Vision can have kids, why can't Red Tornado?
Why? Don't think too hard about this thing. Okay.
Right.
All right.
Yeah. Supposed to be the daughter of Red Tornado.
Nanite sperm.
Yeah, that's what basically her blood is full with nanites to make her do the damn cyclone. So yeah.
See, now, right. When she said that, I didn't put two and two together, Will. So that's even more disconcerting you say that. But but as far as their appearance goes, I really thought Pierce Brosnan tried to steal the show. I don't know about y'all, but he was pissing me off.
I don't
Why?
know. I don't know about that, man. I think he did a phenomenal job. He kind of played the back, you know. I'm giving you information as you needed type role. He did a real good job, man.
No, see,
Yeah,
I'm
I
not.
thought it was.
I'm sorry, Fresh, but I'm not saying Fate didn't do a good job. I thought Fate was amazing. I want to see way more Fate. What I didn't want to see as much Pierce Brosnan as I got. Him every 2 minutes he's showing up, Fate doing some ill shit. And here come Pierce Brosnan taking the helmet off. Like, hey, put the helmet back on, damn it. Okay,
Mhm.
we don't want to hear from you right now. Like, he give you some useless movie information that you, the viewer, already had. So that was a minor inconvenience of mine. He's giving the story. He's like trying to narrate the plot from inside the movie, but not be the narrator. And that was a little tropish for me, and it kind of pissed me off. But all in all, I really needed more Dr. Fate. That's a hell of a character that I really, and I'm disappointed DC doesn't have the balls to put a character like him out until Marvel does it first, because Dr. Fate, pound for pound, and I don't want to start an internet controversy, but he probably wiped the floor with Strange. But that's neither here nor there. You know what I mean? But but just given their appearance, I thought was dope. Pierce Brosnan I don't know, man. I'm petty like that.
I felt like it should have been more. I felt like it should have been more people on that squad. I did enjoy. I thought I was going to kind of go into it. I thought I wasn't going to like Hawkman. I get what his premise was. I hate that they didn't go into his backstory and talk about the reincarnation and his time in Egypt. And I was kind of pissed off that, you know, those two characters, Black Adam and Hawkman, hadn't crossed paths yet, but this was before Egypt. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, who knows what path they're going to take that character down. But, you know, just that holier than thou, heroes don't kill, you know, and like those dudes were worthy of death, man. I mean, you in somebody else's country for 30 years just pillaging and taking, and you've got those people living under your thumb for 30 years, man. You know, it kind of pissed me off. He was fighting so hard to save those guys.
Well, that's in his DNA. You know what I mean? He basically was a guard dog for Waller in this movie, which is surprising to me that she was able to call up the Justice Society, be like, hey, take these guys out. You know what I mean? Like, she's literally like the black hand, no pun intended, moving everything behind the scenes or whatnot. And it was crazy how she was like, yeah, I can call stronger people if you leave Kahndaq when she threatened Black Adam after, you know what I'm saying, in the cutscene. I mean the post-credit scene. But it's when you're thinking about the backstories and whatnot, they wasn't gonna flesh them out into other movies. And the whole gun-ho, that whole American thing, like I know what's best for you type attitude that you see happen across in real life. Hawkman had it, you know what I'm saying, and it was refreshing to see that you saw that type of no nonsense type protagonist character go against an anti-hero. You know what I'm saying? Like, and actually they went toe to toe. I appreciate they power scaled, that he actually go toe to toe with Black Adam to a certain extent.
See, this is where I was confused, because I thought Hawkman and like Hawkgirl, I thought they were aliens technically, right?
So it's multiple backstories, but well, like previously Will said about reincarnation, and the hammer is supposed to be Inf metal, which is Thanagarian metal that's supposed to be anti-magic, which would make sense why he was putting paws on Black Adam.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But like they're not going to talk about that just now. They're still building the universe.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So
no, that's fine. I'm just, in my mind, I know I'm not crazy. I knew it was something about Hawkman's stuff that let him go toe to toe with Black Adam. Because unlike a lot of other big time hero movies, this is one you got to see him going against, like you said, power scale, even head up characters where we're really literally throwing hands. even when they resurrect Satan, pretty much, he's throwing hands for a minute. It wasn't just like Black Adam got resurrected from the prison again by that Pierce Brosnan bullshit. But whatever to that. And now, you know, it's a 2-second fight scene, and now these guys, he's vanquished. No, they went kind of head up and boxed it out for a minute. So I appreciate stuff like that, man. Give me that all the time.
Technically, Sabbac was an avatar of Satan. It was like 7 demons. They used their abbreviations to spell out Sabbac, and Satan was one of them. You know what I'm saying? To bring him to be the avatar on Earth to do whatever the fuck they were supposed to be doing.
I felt like he was kind of weak, man. I felt like he should have been able to do a little bit more. He should have been a little bit more of a threat.
They kind of threw him in there. Like,
Yeah.
they didn't flesh him out. That was like one of the weaknesses of the movie. Like, man, you could have fleshed this dude out instead of getting him tore in half. Like, come on, you know what I'm saying? Like, could have been more fighting, could have been a little bit more backstory with him. You know what I'm saying? Like, why the fuck, you know what I'm saying? Like,
and that's where we always come back to with these DC projects. They're fighting God, so I agree with Will. Satan on Earth shows up. There should be a little bit more damage going on. This guy should be able to wreak a little more havoc. But again, he shouldn't even have shown up in the first place, because, you know, why the hell would you go arrest yourself, Black Adam? That kind of annoyed me. But especially like currently the most powerful man on the planet. I'm not 32 days in. I'm not just gonna give it up because I'm just OP. I don't know, just stuff like that. That was like a Rock trope. The Rock cannot lose in this movie, and I'm serious when I say that. He contractually cannot lose in his movies. So I don't really know what, you know what I mean? Like, you can't really have him boxing it out too much. This guy, he just can't lose, literally. So what do you do?
Yeah, that whole him destroying his throne, that kind of flies in the face of who Black Adam is. You know, Black Adam is like a Dr. Doom type character. You know, he's gonna do whatever in the best interest of his country and himself. You know what I'm saying? I do like this shit where he was talking like, you know, I'm the strongest thing on the planet. And Amanda Waller like, well, I got shit that's stronger that ain't from this planet. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like they should build their whole universe around Amanda Waller pulling the strings of these godlike beings, man.
Technically, they are.
I feel like that's dope, man. That's a dope way to go at that.
I don't think they are fresh. I agree. I remember we were talking about this in a group chat. I don't think they are doing it. I think it's just something that's happening that's starting to, oh shit, she is the
snowball. Right.
Well, she was in Peacemaker. She was in Suicide Squad. She was in this. But she wasn't a Batman, but because, you know, Batman is still.
But she can exist in all these avenues. We're just saying that she can be the central figure everything's tied to. I just don't think she is right now. I think she's just the one character that they're having show up and everything to give you some kind of continuum, but it's not based around her yet like it should be. Because again, she should be controlling. That's what she does. She's one of the doper characters in that type of regard. She's literally manipulating gods. So
she is the connecting vein when it comes to all these movies and all these TV shows, because she makes her reoccurring pop-up scene, pulling the strings, doing some puppeteer shit, whether it's with her daughter in Peacemaker or the Suicide Squad, both of those movies. She pops up like, yo, this is how it's going to go, and she logistically is just planning everything out, whether it goes awry or not. You know what I'm saying? So I think she technically is, and like they're gonna keep pushing her as that. But once The Rock stepped on the scene, we already know everything's about to be built around him.
I don't know. I just hope it doesn't turn it, and that's where I was kind of fearful of, and I thought that's what this movie was going to be, just a straight up vanity project for The Rock. You know what I'm saying? And him just completely shitting on his own franchise, you know, both as The Rock and as Shazam. He produced the Shazam film, and his character Black Adam is basically just acting like Shazam doesn't exist. And he's saying that, you know, I'm the strongest thing on this planet, when you got a whole dude out here that's got the same power set and get his powers from the exact same source as you. So he's at the same level. I don't feel like I feel like through the ether, he should know about this dude. You know what I'm saying? I feel like somebody's tugging at the same power source as you. I
Well,
feel
he's
like
been in
you should know.
prison for 5,000 years, and Shazam is in what, New York, and he's in Kahndaq. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's very feasible for him not to know unless Shazam, the wizard, actually tells him. Because then Black Adam killed like multiple wizards or something like that, and that's the reason why he had to Shazam had to refill the thrones.
Well, that's what they said in Shazam, but they kind of went back on that. Him losing control in ancient Kahndaq is what drew the wizards down on him, and they said, we didn't choose you. You're not the guy. You're not the chosen one. So after he destroyed Kahndaq, they basically imprisoned him. You know what I'm saying? But The Rock is, for the most part, a good guy. I didn't really kind of come away from it feeling like he was even really that much of an anti-hero. Maybe he's an anti-hero because he kills people.
I'm about to say, like, the body count was enormous. Pause.
Does that necessarily make you an anti-hero? I mean,
I don't know. I think DC is kind of skewing that because Superman killed, Batman kills, now he kills. You know what I'm saying?
He killed a lot, man.
But it's arguable that you could say he justifiably killed guys, making him a type of hero. Okay, yeah, for sure, an anti-hero. We can go with that. But at the end of the day, I agree with Will that it started to get to that point where, hey, it's just The Rock's not really being a bad guy, like Black Adam should be. And I get it. You can't have a villain movie. That just won't fly in Hollywood. And The Rock's not going to put his name behind a villain project. Although he probably should have.
But Joker is a villain movie, and it did phenomenally well for DC.
As far as opening weekend, this one did pretty good too. I mean, I think here's the thing. I think the internets love it. Obviously, like especially if you watching this, love it. Put your commentary in the chat or whatever. But I think it just got killed in the professional realm, the professional critic realm, for no reason. I think this was definitely a fan favorite movie. But again, unlike the Joker, it could have been a villain movie, but he could have stayed pure villain the whole time and just made it make sense from a villain angle. But no, they just totally went hero rope and just called it anti-hero because he would, take guys to the upper atmosphere and drop them. He did have some crazy kills. I'll give him that one.
I'm sorry, man. Like, anything The Rock is in is The Rock featuring whatever role he's in. So this was The Rock featuring Black Adam. You know what I'm saying? You want one thing, starring The Rock, feature The Rock, guest starring The Rock.
Yeah,
but that's what his movies are. The man never acted a day in his life. Like, you thought you were seeing Black Adam. No, you were just seeing another personality of The Rock. That literally is The Rock. You know what I mean? So ain't no way you can have him be a villain.
That was Thursday Night Rock.
Yeah.
On Thursday. Don't call me The Rock. Don't call me Dwayne. I don't know. But at the end of the day, it was a really well done project. So I think, again, if we take in the Waller aspect, we can totally spin one-offs, own world building things, and we can spin them together now if you centralize Waller and do that properly. The only thing is, I don't know who's at the helm of this thing, and I don't want it to be star controlled because, again, you're going to give me a Black Adam versus Superman movie, and The Rock's not going to possibly lose. And that's just not going to make sense to me. So I don't want the stars running the show. I don't want the prisoners running the asylum per se, but I do want to see some more interconnectivity with these storylines and some kind of big payoff to make this worth it.
It might be like the animated version. You know what I'm saying? The Rock versus Superman, and The Rock whooped Superman's ass, but then Shazam come out of nowhere and help defeat Black Adam. You know what I'm saying? Softly defeat him. Not defeat him all the way, because he is The Rock. You can't defeat him all the way. You know what I'm saying?
It's gotta be him choosing to walk away. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? After Superman's all beat up and shit, him deciding, all right, man, you had enough. You know, that's the only.
Yeah.
I'm gonna let you live. You know what I'm saying? That's it.
Yeah, man. No, but you know, going forward, I think we can deal with that. Honestly, I thought to myself, would I see this one again? I don't know what you guys think. I don't know what the internet's think, but I think I would actually see this flick again.
I definitely. I would go to the theater and see this again myself, man. I don't really feel that way about a lot of movies, you know, but I'm definitely thinking about going back next weekend and checking it out again, man. It just felt good, man, to get a break from that whole MCU formula. Even though they're trying to shake things up over there, it just feels good, man, just to be back with the home team, man.
It's the 2022 has been the year of DC, that's for sure. I don't think they have any more projects remaining this year, right?
No, man, that's what hurts, man. You know, they've been talking up a bunch of stuff. They've still got the Warner Brothers Discovery merger going, and that's what's so scary, man. It's like, you know, are they just putting this and building it up so they could sell it in the end, or do they actually really have like long-term goals for this? Because, you know, as long as they don't have any kind of long-term goals, what's going to happen is the biggest name, the Todd Phillips and the Rock Johnsons, and you know what I'm saying, are going to be able to kind of swoop in and take whatever piece of the pie they want, you know, and do with it as they please, whether it be good for the larger franchise or not, you know, and that's what's kind of scary. So we on a incline right now. I think the movie is sitting at like close to 70 mil for its opening weekend, which is phenomenal. We'll see where we do next week. You got a lot of people talking shit, a lot of Snyder bots and, you know, Marvel tards trying to boycott the film for whatever reason.
I'm saying it's too violent, and you can tell they just don't like action movies.
Oh yeah, if it's not a Marvel movie that's doing well, they don't want it. And if, you know, for the Snyder bots, you know, if it's not Zack Snyder's vision, which I'm like, how can you not? You know, it's like the martyr. He's a martyr. He's gone now, but his will is still being pushed out there. You know what I'm saying? You still got Henry Cavill. It's still in the same vein. It's still shot the same way he would shoot. It was a lot of slow-mo. You know, this, I could see Zack Snyder making this. You know what I'm saying? So I don't see how people can't get behind it. But you got a lot of people talking about they was trying to boycott it, and you know, I just feel like it's kind of bad to have the DC house divided against itself on top of going against another strong brand, as you know, in the MCU.
So it was hella slow motion shots, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm.
There was a lot of symbolism. The fact that like Black Adam pretty much levitated the whole movie kind of, you know, spoke to that little trope in itself. There was some Savior complex tropes in there, but I get it. Like I said, this guy's a guy.
If he was as strong as he was and you could fly, nigga, I would be flying over niggas' heads all day to let them know I'm that nigga.
Yeah, they were throwing up a rock symbol at him and everything too. I'm like, come on, fam.
Yeah, they were. Yeah,
it's the Rock.
Man, I can't believe you telling me if you could fly, you wouldn't be flying. You would be flying on niggas all day.
Oh no, I would stay at a nice altitude of about 25 feet over niggas. Like, yeah,
constantly looking down on them.
You know.
Pathetic.